Hey guys and gals and people that love shootouts at courthouses, lovers, something. Hey guys and gals, this is Real Appalachia with Shane.
And Melody.
And we are here at the Carroll County Courthouse in Hillsville, Virginia, which will be a very important story in this video.
Yes.
And we thought we'd give you a little look around of Hillsville. Hey guys and gals, we figured we'd start out here at the Hillsville Elementary School, and the reason we chose that is because, well, we just drove too far in the wrong direction and it looked like a great place to turn around.
Yeah, it did. So, give you a good look at the Hillsville Elementary School.
That's right. That might bring back, well, at least establishes where we're at, right?
Yeah. Kind of seems like it's a little bit on the outskirts of town, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I thought it'd be more toward the Galax side, but for some reason, it's not. That's fine.
Yes.
They don't owe me an excuse, do they? Hillsville, just beautiful country. I thought we'd show you that too.
It is very beautiful. Good little view there from the school. And we'll start heading back into town a little bit, and I'll give you guys some details about Hillsville. Is it Hillsville or Hillsville?
I've always heard it and called it Hillsville, but...
Hillsville, okay. Me, being a good old country gal, I want to say Hillsville.
Well, it's like, no, I thought the country would be Hillsville.
No, you'd break it up. Hillsville.
Well, you sound like a snob to me when you say Ville, when you pronounce it. It's like calling a holler a hollow.
No, I don't think so. I think the exact opposite.
Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree.
I guess so. You're more of a city boy than I am.
Oh, yeah, I'm from Doran.
You know, I kid with you, though.
Where are you from there, Miss Country Girl?
Honaker.
That's what I thought.
Yes, and we say Honaker and rich lands because you break up the words when you're in the country, like Hillsville.
So what do you call...
Hillsville.
I can't think of another Ville off the top of my head. There's a billion of them.
I know.
Not a single one's coming to me.
I know. Okay. Well, anyways.
Well, we call it Paintsville.
Yeah.
But Hillsville.
Yeah. Anyways, moving right along.
I know. Yeah. Nobody's here for this.
Hillsville is in Carroll County. The population estimate for 2019 was 2,661. That's just 20 below the census for 2010. And it looks like over the decades, it's steadily inclined, other than that little drop of 20. But that's pretty interesting.
Pretty stable. And that's kind of what you kind of expect in a small town that's doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's very true. A lot of times with these Appalachian towns, though, you see a kind of decline.
Well, yeah, especially in coal communities, which this is.
Oh, especially, yeah.
This has more, which we'll pass a plant here in just a minute. So we're about 2 miles out of the technically downtown Hillsville, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's true in industry towns. As long as the industry stays, that's the thing. A lot of industry leaves.
Yeah, when you get to North Carolina and some parts of Virginia, like Pulaski, they were big on furniture manufacturing, stuff like that, and that's went away, just like coal mining.
Yeah.
It's almost completely gone.
Yeah. Well, there's so many that just leave, but
see, there's some on
Magnolia and manufacturing.
Yeah.
So some of these viewers may have people that work there or have worked there or whatever.
The B&P drive-in, we may end up eating there. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll see what our options are there, but I read some good reviews. Yes. There's a sign, welcome to Hillsville.
So I bet they're selling honey.
I always love seeing that, don't you?
Yeah.
So, this town was founded in 1842. Pretty old town.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is known for the Hillsville Flea Market and also the Carroll County Courthouse shooting, which I know that you've talked about in your history videos.
Yes, I have. Well, there's a Mohawk, by the way, while we're passing, just to point that out.
Yeah.
Oh, Mohawk Hillsville plant. But yeah, that Hillsville Massacre is probably the biggest story to come out of here, and we'll get into a little bit more detail about that.
Yeah, we'll even show you guys the courthouse.
Yes, absolutely.
I think you told me there's still bullet holes in that.
I do believe that's true, yes. I know there is in Bland. They had something similar, like not nearly as well known.
Yeah.
But we'll see if they'll let us go in there and look at it, maybe.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
If not, this will be edited out and nobody ever hear it. So. And here's Sliders, another option.
Yeah, it's on the right. I also read really good reviews about it too.
Now I'm lost as to where to get to that. downtown. But
over to the left, not sure if we saw it.
We'll take a left just to make sure.
Okay.
We show the Carroll County High School.
That's the high school. You're stealing words out of my mouth today.
It does feel like we're battling today, isn't it?
I think it's a cute little banner, though, don't you?
Yeah.
This is us.
I know, but it is funny. Like sometimes you struggle with something come up and say it. Today it's like, let me say this. You say that. Let me say this.
We're real Appalachia. This is real Shane and Melody.
That's right. Shane, tell them about the Hillsville Massacre. Well, there's Mohawk plants.
But yeah, here is the Cavaliers.
Yeah, Carroll County High School. So
little baseball fields on the right, football field on the left.
And write the little tribute to USA on 9/11. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I really like that glass dome.
Yeah. And a bunch of students. I'm trying to not get them on here, but
yeah.
That guy looks like he's on the move.
Tennis courts. I was a tennis girl.
We'll head back down to the historic district. I just wanted to show
Yeah.
high school because a lot of people like to see that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm not really sure where they hold the Hillsville Flea Market. Do you know, Shane?
Pretty much the downtown area. I mean, it is a massive. You've not been, have you?
No.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, you have a gun store. You bought a gun that you had to pack everywhere.
Yeah.
So, is it not like a combined flea market then?
It's this massive thing. I'm telling you, I can't describe to you how big it is. This thing's several. It seems like I'm a king of hype. I'm Mr. Overhyping something, but it seems like it's miles long, you know.
Yeah.
And I know it was because, like you said about my rifle story, I went down there and you know how you do. You're walking, you're shopping, you stop and you go, and you don't realize how far you've gone down from away from your vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get down there,
especially when you're excited and walking. Yeah.
And I specifically came. I just had money burn a hole in my pocket to get me a rifle. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And so I found one, loved that thing, and started lugging it back to my car.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you talk about something. It weighed 10 million pounds by the time I got back. I was like, and you know, you got tons of people come to this thing, and there's not that much room to pass people.
Yeah.
So I had to negotiate with that thing on my shoulder. It looked like I was marching off to war or something.
I got family that comes to it at least one time a year. They have it on Labor Day weekend and Memorial Day weekend every year. So they come at least to one of those, but sometimes both. So I read that they actually have had like 650,000 visitors to that. Can you believe that? And vendors from Africa, Germany, South Korea. I mean, that's incredible. It is known as the largest American flea market east of the Mississippi.
No, I didn't know that, but I vouch for it. That thing is massive.
Yeah.
So here we are coming to the downtown area. We just passed Aunt B's Barbecue, which is kind of a neat name.
Yeah.
It's kind of a local, I don't know if you call it a franchise, but I guess so.
It seems like it. We saw one down in Mayberry and we saw one somewhere else. Was it Galax? Maybe? Yeah. So, and we're actually only 22 miles from Mayberry here, or Mount Airy, but I like calling it Mayberry.
I do too.
So, a cute little downtown area here.
And there is
Hale Wilkinson Carter home. There's the Carroll County Courthouse.
So they got a little bit more going on than some places too.
Yeah, we'll have to film out on the street here because this is really neat, and you can tell it is a historic town just by looking at it, can't you?
Oh yeah, we'll have to definitely turn around. Hillsville Diner, we just passed it. It's closed today though, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've heard people talk good things about it, but it is closed, so we'll have to try it out another day.
Absolutely. Instead, we'll just enjoy the sights and sounds of this place. So here's the Carroll County Middle School. No, that's weird. This is called Carroll County Middle School, right smack in the middle of Hillsville. And that was called Hillsville, and it was 2 miles out of town.
Yeah. Yeah. Honecker Elementary is out of town limits also. But they've got some pretty big schools, and to have a elementary, middle, and high school is kind of uncommon anymore. Most of the time they combine the middle school with the elementary or high school, especially for a town with a population of less than 3,000.
Oh, so yeah.
That's good, though.
Just past the library. Yeah, I don't get that. It seems bigger than, wouldn't you think? That just feel like bigger than 20-something hundred people to you?
I would think so, yeah.
But, too, you got to think there's probably people that live outside of the town limits that they don't really count.
Yeah, I guess so. And Galax is just far enough away to where you'd come on down here if you could.
Yeah, that's true.
It seems like right around through here might be a good place for us to turn around.
Yeah, good little residential area here.
But if we kept going, we'd end up at Poplar Gap, Fort Chisel, and Withville. So, give you an idea of this. There's the Harvest House.
Yeah, cute little place. Well, they have it's a center for parties, showers, that kind of thing, events. It's pretty neat. I've seen more of those popping up around. Have you?
Yeah. Alrighty, we thought we'd do another pass-through here, give you a different angle, see what it looks like. Little Dr. Pepper sign there.
I like that.
I like when people leave that kind of stuff up.
Me too.
There's the middle school.
It's a pretty little downtown area.
Yeah, it is.
Nice little view in the background from this way.
Yeah, small town Appalachia right here. Isn't it?
That is. So, Carroll County has a historical society and a museum. Might try to see if that's open today that we could go look at. It's about the Hillsville Massacre.
Past the Helmont Mercantile. I love anything called that.
Yeah.
It's Pizza Perfect. I've heard those are good too. Bank and Trust. What we got?
Antique and Rare Finds. Wooden Nickel Thrift Store. Beautiful old church. I always like to see those.
Yeah, what is that?
Presbyterian Church.
Hillsville Presbyterian Church.
So, drugstore. It seems pretty busy, and some other little businesses down through here. I thought maybe this was just a residential area.
Yeah, that's why I like taking all these different angles. You just don't know what you run into. This post office.
Okay, yeah.
Little Carolian Clinic.
Family Medicine and Physical Therapy. There's a Baptist church on the right.
Fancy Gap Auction.
Wow, this is really pretty view out through here.
Yeah,
you see why they call it Hillsville.
Yeah.
You just see hills from every direction.
Very good point.
Very pretty.
About to hit the Blue Ridge Parkway here in a little bit. Which
yeah.
Not quite that far, but...
Mount Airy, 22 miles.
I'm tempted.
Oh, no. I just always feel like running away to Mount Airy. Especially everything going on in the world. I want to run to Mayberry.
It's a little safe place where nothing bad can happen.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Alrighty, we will turn around here in a second and give you just another little bit more of a view of Hillsville.
Yeah.
This drive. The water tower.
It's funny to see a water tower kind of in the middle of houses. You usually see it up on a hill away from everything else, don't you?
Yeah.
Or just kind of away from everything else.
Yep. Fancy Gap. You get a line, I get a pole,
honey.
You get a line, I get a pole, babe.
Babe.
You get a line, I get a pole. You go down the fishing.
Honey.
Babe. Now, this is where definitely where some of the flea market occurs.
Yes.
And you can tell with the telltale tents that are left here too.
Telltale tent.
Yes.
I like it.
They tell the tale of the tents. Like
yeah, there's a tent there on the left.
And you can see it blends in like residential area, commercial, it just takes over the whole town. And there's another one right here.
Yeah, and there's also a field up here with some red and white tents, and there's signs up that says Hunley Flea Market, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend. It's got the phone number there if you want to be a vendor.
So yeah, it's a huge deal.
650.
That blows my mind.
1,000.
Over 500,000 people.
Yeah.
In this town.
Yeah.
Golly.
That was the 2004 Labor Day show. So that was probably like the record, wouldn't you think? Like how many that they've had. That Memorial Day show only attracted 250,000. I mean, but that's, yeah. But I mean, still, that's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Only $250,000.
Yeah, it's just...
But every had come from the spring run. The
That's like-
spring one, yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's pretty impressive. No doubt about it.
Yep. My favorite thing to do is eat, of course. And it looks like they got plenty of choices for restaurants, so...
Yeah. I'll pick one out here real quick.
I was just looking at that Bella Italia or something like that. It's Italian food.
It's all sounding good to me right now.
I know. Maybe we're getting a little hungry.
I'm not going to be sold on Hardee's, to be honest with you.
We're outside the B&P curbside restaurant, or drive-in restaurant, I guess we should say. We are ready to eat.
What'd you get?
And got a sausage biscuit because they have all-day breakfast.
I got a grilled cheese. Can't go wrong with that.
And then we got some tater wedges, so.
Wish us luck. Tenderloin biscuit. Little Aunt Bee's. Looks like they're doing pretty good business.
Yeah. Here, pickles don't sell well, though.
Hold the pickles, please.
Yeah.
I hate pickles anyway. I'd have to say that.
Well, I know that you're allergic to them, too.
Yeah, definitely. Deathly allergic. Well, we're going to stop here in just a minute. Peddler's Post and Pantry. That sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll stop in a minute and show you a little bit of this downtown from outside of the vehicle. A lot of people like that.
Yes. I like that.
You like that, okay then. I'll say it. Okay, and as you can see across there, the town of Hillsville offices and a lot of older commercial buildings. We thought it's one thing to see it on the drive, it's another thing to kind of see it when we're out of the car looking around.
I really love that one with the second level porch. That's really cool looking.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? There's
Yeah.
awnings on the top that are a little older.
Family shoe store there.
Yeah, we saw a sign just a minute ago. It dates back to 1950, so that's...
Yeah.
So we'll get up here and show you a little bit more about this courthouse, though. That's,
Yeah.
for me, that's the big draw for me. And they do have a monument to Confederate soldiers here, too. You don't see those much anymore.
Nope.
So we'll get up here and walk around and give you a look. So this is the museum.
Yes. We got a good surprise that they were open today.
Look at that fairy stone, number 11.
Yes. Yes. I'm dying to find a fairy stone. So the legend had it, I don't know if you've heard, is that the angels come to America to tell the angels here when Jesus was crucified, and the fairies were the angels in the woods, and that they shed tears hearing about, or was it the Native Americans shed tears? Anyways, tears were shed when they heard of Jesus' crucifixion, and it turned the rocks into a crucifix shape. So that's fairy stones.
I've not heard that story before.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
I'm dying to find one in the wild. I'm under pressure, so I didn't tell the story real good, but it's a good one. Look it up.
Operator station.
Yes.
And they got a coal
Small
mining display.
coal mining.
Yeah, this old Coulson one. My dad gave me his original when I still got it. Pretty neat to see those things. And I got an old lunch bucket or dinner bucket, just like that one. I got several of those hats too. I love collecting that stuff.
Yeah. The arrowheads.
Oh yeah.
My uncle had a huge collection of those.
That's some Native American. Claude Allen's banjo and mandolin.
Wow.
A bunch of Civil War veterans. They got a bunch of the pictures of that. That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Typewriters and just All kinds of little knickknacks.
I've seen this Appalachian Electric Company logo from the 50s. I think it's really cool. The little electric guy.
Here's what George Lafayette Carter, who's the empire builder, talks a little bit about his story. And of course, he is affiliated with ETSU. He helped found that, which is a university now. And he was a big part of Clinchfield Coal. And he actually did a video from Coalwood, West Virginia, and he was instrumental in building that coal town.
He actually lived in the house next door that we'll show a better look of here in just a few minutes, too.
Yeah. So he lived here, lived in Coalwood for a little while, too. So it's kind of neat to see how these people traveled in this same Appalachian area, you know?
Yeah.
Area. Got a World War II Japanese flag up there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Taking off the body of a dead Japanese soldier.
Wow.
Island of New Guinea. Cool to see all the different histories. So this is the real, what they call stars and bars. People call almost every Confederate flag that, but
Yeah. This drum. Wow, it has the seal of an original drum.
we're both kind of history nerds.
There's a
aren't we?
history of it. Yeah.
It was carried and played by Thomas C. Gardner when he joined the Civil War. Joined the Confederate Army at Whitwell, which is funny. My great-great-grandfather joined the Confederate Army in Whitwell. I wonder if it's the same
Cool.
one in that same served under Captain John Cecil. No, that
That's
was
amazing. Look at that.
the war. He plowed fields and raised a family. Pretty neat.
The first flag, the Confederacy.
Okay. They got a lot of good stuff here. And it's
They
a
do.
small museum, but it's got a lot of information on it.
Yeah. Of course, we can't get the furniture, which is really interesting. I hate that we can't show that, but trying to be respectful to the museum requests.
Yeah, it was made in prison by, she said Floyd Allen?
Sidna.
Sidna.
Allen actually made it in prison, and it's just incredible. I mean, it's definitely worth coming up here to see. There's
One piece in particular made of 75,000 different pieces of wood.
Yes, I was trying to think of that number, so I'm glad you rattled it off.
Now this is fantastic. Courthouse Tragedy in Hillsville. They got a little,
Isn't that amazing?
yeah.
It even has everybody labeled who was standing where.
This is fantastic, and it's just.
Oh, it is.
So yeah, we were just talking. It's a sensitive subject here to some people even now. So
Yeah.
it's one thing you would be very respectful of because there's a couple of different families involved, and
Yeah.
a lot of descendants still live here.
Yeah.
But this kind of tells the story on the wall.
Yeah.
They show how.
So, gunfight broke out when Floyd Allen was sentenced to a year in prison. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit more detail. So these are the people who were slain. Judge Thornton Massey, Sheriff Lewis Webb, and Commonwealth Attorney William M. Foster.
Mm-hmm.
They were killed during that tragic event. We'll talk a little bit more. We'll show the actual bullet holes out here.
Yeah.
And the steps, and we'll get into it in a little bit more detail.
Yeah, I saw the sinking of the Titanic happened a month after this, but it was on front page news everywhere until that happened.
Wow. I mean, it's such a huge deal. And these weren't just, just some dispute. This was prominent. Some of the top people locally, most prominent people. Eiffel Tower clock.
Wow. The Allens seem like a very talented family. That's incredible. Look at that. That clock. It's incredible. Handcrafted by George Allen, fourth cousin of J. Sidna Allen.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So a lot of military history here too, of course. Oh wow. Crystal Stout, the first woman from Southwest Virginia to die in the Iraq-Afghanistan conflicts. She died on a mission in April 2005 in a helicopter crash. So sad.
Yeah, we pay our respects to her.
The wife snuffed out way too soon. And they have some things from World War One. The Civil War era saddle. So there you go. It's a fascinating little museum.
I love it.
Some more things too. We're not done yet.
Like a little setup of old schoolhouse, old pot-bellied stove. I love that.
Boy, this thing will run you out too.
Oh yeah, they get hot.
They absolutely do. C Jane, OC Jane, Dick. Here, those things are.
Yeah. Don't think there are any cell phones in these classrooms either.
Demonstration of the Nestor School in Carroll County.
This old organ. This is
Lunch bucket.
to the left. It's a real piece of work.
Oh yeah.
Bells of Heaven. Hymnal. It was manufactured in Chicago, Illinois, and purchased in 1903.
Ekman, West Virginia. Record player.
Ralph Stanley, Mother Maybelle.
All the musical talent from this area too, isn't there?
There's a railroad catastrophe, an article in the newspaper from that. Looks like in 1903.
9 men killed and 7 injured.
Danville.
Here's Bob Childress, who was famous from the book The Man Who Moved a Mountain. And he was a very famous evangelist, I guess is the best way to describe him. I've actually read that book. Been years and years and years and years ago, but that's office to use. Nice little quilt.
Early household items over here on this green shelf. I don't know if you saw this barrel, an old Snake Creek meal. That sounds like a creek meal I want to stay away from.
Yeah, I could see some old snakes in that barrel. Silverleaf Presbyterian Church. Thomas Spade Dalton Family Bible Office. Here's the pulpit from the Silverleaf Presbyterian Church.
Wow.
They've got a little bit of captures a lot of the Appalachian history.
They do.
Military service,
Yeah.
Civil War,
Yeah.
religion. The way people
Love this
lived.
old clock too. Did you get this? That's really
Oh, I
neat.
did not.
I wonder if that was made. I don't see it listed. But that's beautiful. Beautiful piece of work.
Sure is.
I like this old cabin feel in here.
Yeah.
If I worked here, I'd have to come take a nap in the downtown in here.
It does seem awfully calm, peaceful, quiet.
It does, yeah.
The corn. There's a couple of rifles up here above the fireplace.
Yeah.
Butter churn. Have you ever done that? Churn butter more or less?
I've never done it. I've played with one. If that counts.
At least we know you won't lie. That's good. It's the old washboards.
Rabbit gum. It was a trap for a rabbit. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Get that thing riled up, yeah.
Nope. I think it's cool to see like the porch scene there too, and then the painted mural on the side.
Oh, yeah.
See, when you woke up from your nap, you could come out to a pretty view out here.
Yeah. It's like you woke
I've got
up
it all planned out.
Like you woke up in 1800s. Huh? I like this little museum.
I do too. It was a good little look at the area and the history of it.
Yeah, we'll go back out and show you a little bit more of this courthouse and
Yeah,
the bullet
gotta
holes.
show you the steps.
You got to
the
stick
bullet
around.
holes,
You got to stick around for that, for sure. Okay, getting into more of the story of the shooting that occurred here at the Carroll County Courthouse. It all started with Floyd Allen. He was being charged with intimidating a police officer. There was a dispute with a couple of his family members were getting arrested, and he kind of wouldn't have any of that, so he came, freed them, he was arrested, and they put him on trial for that.
Yeah.
And he was a very prominent, as we said earlier, businessman, official, come from a prominent family, and he was known to be pretty generous with people he liked and kind of hot-tempered with people he didn't. So.
Right.
Anyways, he comes to court, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people who wouldn't testify against him and all this stuff. They still had the trial, and long story short, he was found guilty at the end and sentenced to a year in the prison. Mm-hmm. So he stands up saying, I ain't going.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
And about this time, some bullets started flying. And at the end of the day, 57 shots rang out, and there was 5 people ended up dead.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to think of lives being lost over a year's worth of jail, but it kind of shows that he's kind of hot-tempered. And I guess if you think that you're wrongly put out, that you are willing to fight for yourself. So
yeah, that's the thing. It was he was a very prominent Democrat, and this town was filled with Republicans then, so he's kind of a political divide that started a lot of this too. But
yeah,
at the end, the judge, Thornton Massey, Sheriff Lewis Webb, Commonwealth Attorney William Foster, a juror named C.C. Fowler, and a witness, Betty Ayers, were all fell dead. Now, Betty, she was shot in the back leaving, and she died the next day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was really
sad.
That was really what touched a lot of people off, because that's not a person that deserved to get any of this.
No, not at all.
So a lot of the Allen family fled, including Floyd. He tried to get away and all that stuff, but they were apprehended. Mm-hmm. But here, we're going to show you some of the bullet holes.
Yeah.
They're still at the courthouse, and it's kind of neat to see.
Pretty incredible.
If you happen to be out this way, and you're looking at the courthouse, it's on the right-hand side, the steps leading up there, and it's the 8th and the 16th steps.
And the museum entrance is right over there, and she told us that the courthouse was actually up on this upper level, and you could go in and out by either side of these steps. So I guess he was fleeing out of these steps and still taking shots.
Yeah, so he's on the run, and he ended up getting wounded, and they captured him and
got the death penalty, is that right?
Yeah, they executed him, and another member of his family were executed.
Yeah.
We'll show you here, like I said before, the 8th and the 16th steps, you still see the bullet holes.
Yeah.
And I'll get a little bit of close up of that.
One.
Yeah, I'll zero in on that for you.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's about as big as a finger can stick in, so.
Yeah.
And then we'll show you this one up here on the 16th. It's right, the last step right before you the top.
We'll work off this lunch that we're talking about.
Yeah, there you go. And there they are. A little piece of history still here. Just walk up here anytime and check them out, So yeah, he was executed, and
I guess this is the courthouse store.
yeah, and from what we've been told, it's been remodeled several times. It was used at a courthouse till fairly recently.
Yeah, so it's modernized.
Yeah, it's not going to look like it used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where it all occurred, and to think, and that's still somewhat of a touchy subject around here. There's, like I said before, there's some family members that just don't want to be known for this, and believe it or not,
Yeah, that's understandable.
former Virginia Tech coach Frank Beamer's related to this family too.
Really?
Yeah, matter of fact, his family member stood trial, was not found guilty, but did get charged. So this is where it all happened.
Very interesting.
So that trial took place March 14th, 1912. And after Floyd Allen was captured, they had another trial, and he and his son Claude were both convicted. And that was May 18th, so they turned right around and had a trial. They both were sentenced to death in the electric chair.
Yeah.
And they really fought that, tried to get, and a lot of people spoke on their behalf to try to get that overturned, how to get the sentences commuted and whatnot.
Right.
But the governor at the time, William Hodges Mann, he refused to give it to him, and they ended up being executed on March 28th, 1913. So
wow.
Yeah, that was the sad ending
Didn't
to this
waste
one.
any time there either, did they? And yeah, the original incident happened a month before the Titanic sank.
Yeah, so strange.
Wow.
You know, years later, the governors, there's Ely Trinkle and Harry Byrd Sr., commuted the sentences of the rest of the members of the Allen family who are still in prison. So that kind of put an end to this sad chapter. But
Right.
still a lot of, like I said, still a sensitive subject, and probably still a lot of hard feelings here if you really
I'm
get
sure.
underneath the surface. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like Hatfields, McCoys, and that kind of thing. It just wasn't the finest hour for Hillsville.
No.
But something that's remembered for and a big piece of history, and that's why we're here talking about it. So
That's right.
if you're in this area, I really commend you check out this museum. I really enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yes, it was a great museum.
And do check out the furniture that was Sidney Allen built in prison. It was
That is a must-see. I wish that we could show you guys, but again, we want to be respectful to them and their wishes, so come check it out.
absolutely a good reason to come down here. You need
Yeah.
to check out Hillsville. So we're going to check out Hillsville. We're a food place there, probably, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good to me. All right, we're going to take a better look at the Hale Wilkinson Carter home. It was built in 1845, pre-Civil War, of course. It was built by Captain Felden Lewis Hale as a 13-room, 3-story home. It was originally a brick house with 4 chimneys made in the Federalist style. The Hales were a very wealthy family in Carroll County, which was carved out of Grayson County in 1842. The home is on the highest hill in Hillsville. In 1864, it was purchased by James Wilkinson, whose daughter Mayetta married George Lafayette Carter, who we were talking a little bit about in the museum earlier. Did a lot for our area and the surrounding Appalachian region.
Absolutely.
So the Carters lived here as their home after Mr. Wilkinson's death in 1914, and they added a lot of additions to the home to make it a 34-room, 5-story house. After Mayetta died, the house was sold to Carroll County in 1959, and it was used for government offices until around 2000. So in 2001, the community took it on as a project. They've got a couple of grants to help restore it. And it looks like right now they're using it for events, parties, different things for the community. And also, I think the government may still use it for some events and things as well. So, very cool little place here. I just love this.
Yeah, I do too. Hopefully they'll do some, it'd be great for a little small boutique hotel or something.
Oh, I would love that. Like if it was a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Looks like they have a gift shop. It's only open on the weekends. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I should say, not on Sundays, so we can't go in it today. But I love these old houses that almost has like it has a very deep South kind of style, like something that you would see on a plantation or in Louisiana or something. So I really hope that they restore it to its full beautifulness.
Well, it's got so much potential, you can tell.
It really does. And it's right beside of the courthouse, so it has the old courthouse, I should say.
Yeah, it's right along the main street of town.
Yeah. And here is the old Carroll County Bank. It's not open anymore. It doesn't look like it's been closed down for very long, though. It's got some new looking stickers in there. But it was built in 1907 from the looks of it. So I wish they still put the date that building was built on the building, because it's kind of important to history later on, isn't it?
It really is, and it adds a little charm to it, because I don't know that I paid that much attention to this if we didn't see that number, would you?
You know what I just noticed? There's some stickers on the high windows that say Shoney's office.
Huh.
Is that right?
Yeah. You're right.
Shoney's. So this was like corporate offices for Shoney's for a while too. Yeah.
Probably just closed for remodeling, right?
Yeah.
Like they said everywhere else.
That's it.
There's another side view of that house too we were talking about, so
yes.
A shot of that.
And this is the old jailhouse in what they call
old Jailhouse Square, and it's just a block back from the old courthouse too. So I wanted to give you a look at that. It's pretty interesting.
Nice that they give that handy sign, old jailhouse. That's another
pretty
thing.
Cool. The bars on the windows.
Yeah, and this tells a little bit about it here on the stage at Jailhouse Square.
Yeah.
So they probably have some live music or something back here, or maybe
back side of the main street here.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of a development, kind of a cool thing to see. And
it is.
You see that old mural back there?
Oh yeah, you can see like those spaces there.
Omega Church office.
Huh. And the Knuckles Drug, an old mural there as well.
Yep, that looks like that. Unless we're sadly mistaken, which we're not, we're right past this tree farm. There is the J. Sidna Allen house.
Yes. J. Sidna Allen. I felt like you said that kind of muffled.
I did, because I was waffling, because I see that and I keep thinking it's Sydney. And I think I've heard people call him Sydney, and I wonder, is that an old Appalachian thing? You know how people
probably
with an E, maybe was
said
Sydney
it a little bit wrong. But yeah, this house was completed in 1911 by Sidna and Betty Allen. It said that he designed the exterior of the house, and he allowed Betty to design the interior. They only lived in the house not even a year before the Carroll County Courthouse tragedy, and he was put into jail, and then the state seized it and it changed hands over the years. So this is a Queen Anne style house, which is my absolute favorite. I just think, man, is this not gorgeous? Look at all those details. And if you could see the furniture that he had made in the museum, I mean, it's no surprise.
Yeah, this guy knew how to live, that's for sure. He was,
yeah.
I mean, he was quality.
Man, I would have loved to have seen the inside of this. It says the floors were all oak except the floor of the living room, which was white maple. The walls were all plastered, and they used a special generator back before electricity was a thing, so that they actually had working lights in the house.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's incredible. It's so sad that they didn't get to live here any longer than what they did. The house was worth $13,000 in 1911. How much do you think that thing would be? Yeah. How much do you think that would be worth now?
I'll tell them I'll pay on 13 cash right here. From the barrelhead.
1.2 million or something like that.
I don't know, but they're talking about...
Especially for the history.
Yeah, when we ran into the museum and talked to that lady, they're really spending a lot of money on the outside right now, and hopefully going to fix up the inside as well.
And they were saying that when they took over it, the Historical Society, that is who has possession of it now and is trying to keep it up. They said that all the wood inside was rotten. They had to raise the floors to get it back, just even to be able to go in there.
Which leads me to believe that I guess that brick is new there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they jacked up the house so that it wasn't sitting down and
it was
moisture.
Just on the ground.
All the things, moisture and pests and everything get in there, and it's could be gone. But thank God they're fixing this thing up and saving it.
Man, look at that little round turret in the center, and it's got the door to come out.
Yeah, I'd love that too. I've noticed that just a minute ago.
Wonder if we could drive around to the side and get a side shot.
I don't know, but let's drive and see what we can do.
We'll see what we can do.
Love the chimney.
Isn't that gorgeous? The roof, the chimneys, it's all so beautiful.
Yeah, you're not going to see a house like that just anywhere.
Nope.
Okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed this look at Hillsville. And
we've enjoyed showing you.
Absolutely. Like we always say.
If you like this, give us a thumbs up, comment, share it. Definitely subscribe if you haven't yet. It would really mean a lot to us.
Yes, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys on down the road.